वसुदेवसुतं देवं कंसचाणूरमर्दनं देवकी परमानन्दं कृष्णं वन्दे जगद्गुरुं गुरुब्रह्मा गुरुविष्णु गुरुदेवो महेश्वरः गुरु साक्षात् परब्रह्म तस्मै श्री गुरुवे नमः. I welcome everyone who are in the temple and who are also online. Today 18th June 2025 and we are studying Shrimad Bhagwat Gita. We will go further on our most famous shloka from Shrimad Bhagwat Gita on 4th chapter, shloka 7 and 8. Till last time we tried to learn the three paths, the three different ways to understand the God in the 6th shloka. By Sagun Sakar or Nirgun Nirakar, or the third way other schools of thoughts are thinking is Sagun Nirakar. We also learned the reasons for which the God comes in a quality and becomes in a form. We also learned the risks which we face if we do not understand it correctly. And then we started these two important slokas together last time. Two main things which the God is explaining. When the God comes, when the God has incarnation, Bhagwan kab aate hain? When he decides to incarnate, wo kab aate hain? And second, why does he come? The purpose of his incarnation. So I will chant the sloka and then, it's a very well-known sloka. I'll chant the sloka and then we'll go further on our study of these slokas to understand it in more clarity. Yada yada hi dharmasya glanir bharata abhyutthanam dharmasya tadatmanam srujamyaham paritrāṇāya sadhūnām vināṣāya ca duskrutāṃ dharma sansthapanārthāya sambhavāmi yuge yuge. Very well known sloka. Everybody knows about this sloka from Shrimad Bhagwat Gita. And this is actually explaining the whole purpose. It is having so many important words. Yada yada, whenever there is a decline, glanir bhavati, in glani, in what? Dharmasya. जब धर्म में ग्लानि होती है, अभ्युत्थानम धर्मस्य, और अधर्म का प्रभाव बढ़ता है, अधर्म increases. Abhyuttanam, increase. Unrighteousness increases. Tadatmanam srujamyaham. Tada, at that time, atmanam, self, I manifest. Srujamyaham. And then paritrāṇāya sadhunam. But we will go first with these words. Very important word, yada yada hi dharmasya. And we talked about yada yada. Yeah. Why? If the God is coming and God is getting incarnation and he is fixing the thing, why he has to come again? Yada yada. घड़ी घड़ी क्यों आना पड़ेगा? भगवान है, एक बार फिक्स कर दिया, हो गया, होना जाना चाहिए. He is the best. Still why? Why he has to come again and again? Does it show that God is inefficient to fix the things perfect once for all? We talked about this last time. Yada yada, he has to come repeatedly. Why? There is always a situation changing. There is always a worsening situation occurring. प्रकृति का स्वभाव है नीचे की तरफ गति करना. And we have studied about same thing in shloka, in 3rd chapter, 38th shloka. Tumena vriyate vahnir yatha darsho malena cha yatul bena vrato garbhas tata detena mavrutam. Just like a mirror, if you keep a mirror without any dusting, you just leave it as it is, there will be a dust gathering on the mirror. By doing nothing, something happens. Very important message. By doing nothing, something will happen. Because going downward is the Prakriti. Prakriti ka karan hai niche jana. If you do not exercise, if you do not eat well, we will fall sick. So even God, when God comes, Bhagwan aate hain, he fixes the thing, yada yada dharmasya glanirvavati bharat. But still he has to come. Even God has agreed that the situations keep changing and I have to come repeatedly. It's very clear. हमारे जीवन में हमेशा सुखी सुख रहेगा. मंदिर में आते हैं, भगवान को बोलते हैं, भगवान मुझे सुखी कर दो, मेरी सब डिमांड सुन लो, बस मेरे को मोटर मिल जाए, गाड़ी मिल जाए, अच्छा बंगला मिल जाए, शादी के लिए अच्छा लड़का लड़की मिल जाए, तो मैं जीवन भर सुखी हो जाऊंगा. नहीं होगा. क्यों? सिचुएशन विल कीप ऑन चेंजिंग. सिचुएशन चेंज होएगी. एंड इट इज अवर एक्सपीरियंस ऑल्सो. बचपन में छोटे थे, कंचे खेलते थे, वी विल प्लेइंग विद मार्बल्स एंड वी वर थिंकिंग, ओ इफ आई हैव गॉट 100 मार्बल्स आई विल बी द हैप्पीएस्ट पर्सन इन द वर्ल्ड. टुडे वी कैन बाय thousands of marbles every day. Will we be happy with that? No. Even we ourselves change. So because situation keeps changing, God has to come again and again. Yada 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 yada. Nothing remains stable even after the avatar has come and fixed the thing. Hence, avatar has to come repeatedly. This is number one part, very important. Then dharma. The word dharma is extremely difficult. It is not a religion, as we all know. It is not religion. Dharma shabda mein religion nahi hai. So if we think dharma as Hindu dharma, Christian dharma, Islam dharma, तो बहुत ही गलत होगा. So we will try to understand what is dharma. It's a big topic and we can spend years in understanding it. The religions which we see today are only a way of worship. It is like seeing a God, seeing the same God through their own path, from different path. We have studied the word dharma in 3rd chapter also. So let us take that example again to understand the word dharma. Because unless we understand the dharmasya glani, the decline in the dharma will not be understandable. So what is dharma? So let us take an example. There are 4 friends who are walking along the street. And they are seeing that there is a old person being harassed by some people, thugs. They kind of beat him and loot him and run away. So out of these 4 friends, one friend thinks that how this kind of behavior can be stopped. ऐसा करने को कैसे रोक सकते हैं? By developing proper understanding in the society. And he starts working to improve by education and training. If we give proper education and training from birth, from childhood, the people will not behave like that. The second person thinks that this can be corrected by strict law, law and order, justice system, and punishment methods. सरकार कुछ करती नहीं है. आजकल कितना क्राइम बढ़ गया है. Can we keep 1 police after or 2 police after every person? No. Cannot. It's not practical. Anyway, so he thinks that way and he tries to go into politics. He tries to be a good leader and make a proper justice system. It has to change. So he becomes like that. Then the third person is thinking that all people who are being, harassed by this kind of thugs needs help. They need cure. उनको मदद चाहिए. उनको लग गया है तो उनकी सारवार होनी चाहिए. तो मैं हॉस्पिटल बनाऊंगा. I will make an hospital. I will donate money. I will gather some more money from other people, and we will build a hospital. And the fourth person thinks that treating the people who have suffered is the best way. मानवता ही धर्म है. मानव धर्म ही सही है. इसलिए वो क्या करेगा? What he will do? He will do the service. He will become a doctor probably. He will become a nurse. All 4 of them thought about the same situation in different way. चारों ने अलग अलग तरीके से सोचा कैसे करना चाहिए. Are they all correct? Of course. They are all correct. Why their views are different? Their views are different because it is as per their nature. हर एक का नेचर अलग अलग है और उसी को नाम दिया गया वर्ण. उसी को वर्ण नाम दिया गया. वर्ण. That is why there was a वर्ण व्यवस्था. ऊंच नीच नहीं है वो. और अपने वर्ण के हिसाब से काम करना वो हैप्पीनेस है. If they work as per their nature, they will be happy. Society will become stable and cohesive. अपने वर्ण के हिसाब से काम करना. To work as per our prescribed karma is dharma. One of the definition of dharma is to work as per our prescribed karma. हमारे वर्ण के हिसाब से काम करो. That is why in Kurukshetra battlefield, God is telling, Arjun, you are a kshatriya. Your dharma is to fight for righteousness. तुम क्षत्रिय हो, तुम्हारा काम लड़ना है. तुम भाग नहीं सकते. तुम भागोगे तो अपयश होगा. Defame. And then with that defame, you cannot live happily. You cannot work against your nature. That is your natural tendency, natural inclination, that you are a kshatriya. Same way, in those four friends, one is a Brahmin who thinks that education system should be upgraded. Another is a kshatriya who thinks that the ruling should be changed. The law and justice system should be upgraded. He is kshatriya. Vaishya is thinking that I should gather more money to help the society. And Shudra is thinking that seva, paricharya, seva, जो लोगों दुख में है उनकी सेवा करनी चाहिए. In today's time we can say doctors are Shudra क्योंकि वो सेवा करते हैं. Doctors, nurses. So to work as per our prescribed karma is dharma. All the four men will act differently in the same situation. So, what does it conclude? What does it say? So, dharma is different and individual for each of us. Dharma हमारे लिए अलग अलग है और व्यक्तिगत है. व्यक्तिगत है. Then are these prayers of the gods and goddesses is wrong? अगर ये है तो यहाँ भगवान के हम जो मूर्ति की पूजा करते हैं, मंदिर जाते हैं, सब जगह जाते हैं, वो क्या गलत है? If this is the definition of dharma. No, it is correct. Because they are the ways to build a strong mind, intellect, and subsequently the character for the person to be able to execute their dharma while understanding the Creator. That is why. धर्म क्या है? तुम्हारा प्रिस्क्राइब कर्म करो. मगर वो प्रिस्क्राइब कर्म समझने के लिए प्रेयर्स, वे ऑफ वर्शिप, ये सब बनाया गया. Dharma can be understood from a different perspective also. In a very physical or tangible or understandable perspective is various sections of it. Deha dharma. We are responsible for our body. Keeping it clean, feeding nice food, no intoxication, no addiction, no incorrect dietary habits or lifestyle, getting education is dharma, is our dharma towards our body. The body which is given to us or the body which we possess and be inside, we have got a dharma, we have got a responsibility for it. ये देह के धर्म है. The biggest, बड़े से बड़ा संत या ज्ञानी भी होगा, उसको देह के धर्म पालने ही पड़ेंगे. I always say sometimes in little joking, क्या राम भगवान को पसीना नहीं आता होगा? आता होगा. वो भी जब वन में जाते हैं क्षत्रिय करके वो शिकार करने जाते हैं तो भागते हैं तो पैर में कांटा भी चुभता होगा। देह लिया है तो उसका आपको जिम्मेदारी लेना पड़ेगा, खाना भी पड़ेगा, वॉशरूम भी जाना पड़ेगा। देह का धर्म। देन कौटुंबिक धर्म, जो वंश में आप पैदा हुए हैं, जिसे पितृऋण भी कहते हैं, जो वंश में आप पैदा हुए, रिस्पेक्ट एंड सर्विंग फॉर द फैमिली मेंबर्स एज पर देयर एज इज योर धर्म। इसलिए आया मातृदेवो भव, पितृदेवो भव, आचार्य देवो भव। दैट इज वेयर इट हैज कम फ्रॉम, बिकॉज दैट इज योर धर्म। पितृधर्म, पितृऋण, गेटिंग मैरिड। I give so many lectures on that side also. Why one should get married? शादी क्यों करनी? लड़की अच्छी लगी इसलिए कर लेनी, लड़का अच्छा है, बहुत कमाता है, पैसे वाला है, हैंडसम है, इसलिए कर लेनी। शादी क्यों करनी? शादी किए बगैर क्या नहीं रह सकते हैं? Today's major questions. If I am responsible person, man or woman, and I stay with my partner for whole life, can I not stay without marriage? प्रश्न है, प्रश्न क्यों? शादी क्यों करनी? शादी की जरूरत क्या, किस लिए? सो कुटुंब धर्म, कुटुंब धर्म, that is coming under that. There are so many diversions. If I keep on diverting, we will just forget the whole main shloka. So I'm giving a bullet point actually. Those people who are interested may even jot it down. Kutum dharma, de dharma, kutum dharma. Then samajik dharma, social responsibility, social righteousness, social actions leading to cohesive and compassionate society. Here there are so many things. People will ask us how it is applicable. Simple things. Why we should not wear the clothes which are indecent? Indecent clothes क्यों नहीं पहनना है? लोग पूछते हैं व्यक्तिगत स्वतंत्रता, the biggest factor in today in the part of this world, North America, व्यक्तिगत स्वतंत्रता। मुझे जो कपड़े पहनने हैं मैं पहनूंगा, मुझे जैसा दिखना है मैं दिखूंगा, नहीं चलेगा। क्यों? सामाजिक धर्म। दूसरे को जो व्यथा करवाए ऐसा नहीं पहनना चाहिए कपड़ा, जो दूसरों को व्यथा करवाए। Why you don't wear some difficult clothes in temple? Because people come here to meditate, to focus. If you wear such clothes, it will distract the person. उसमें ऐसा नहीं कि भगवान का कुछ अपमान हो जाएगा, भगवान तो अंदर भी है बाहर भी है, मगर वो डिस्ट्रैक्ट करेगा। जो व्यक्ति मंदिर में आता है ध्यान धरने के लिए, फोकस करने के लिए, मूर्ति पूजा के लिए, उसका ध्यान भंग हो जाएगा। He will get distracted. सामाजिक धर्म, समाज के अंदर जो है नॉर्म्स है उसको पालने चाहिए, इसके लिए सामाजिक धर्म। Then राष्ट्र धर्म। There are in these points we can speak on every point, we can speak for hours together. But let us go further. राष्ट्र धर्म, राष्ट्र के प्रति अपना धर्म होता है। Righteousness and responsibility towards the nation. Example, when Rashtra Dharma is not followed, what happens? And when Rashtra Dharma is explained, what happens? The highest and best example is the freedom fighting in India. Imagine, only 1.5 lakh Britishers or Europeans, they were controlling 40 crore people. 40 crore people were being controlled by 1.5 lakh people. 150,000 people controlling 40 crore people. कैसे हुआ? Most of the people in the police and in the military of so-called British ruled Indian government was Indian people. हमारे भारतीय ही थे जिन्होंने गोली मारी, जलियांवाला बाग, atrocity of Britishers. But who were the people who shot the guns? Gorkha regiment. Who were Gorkha? Indian. हमारी संस्कृति के लोगों ने ही गोलियां मारी, हमारे ही लोगों के ऊपर। वो सोच नहीं सके कि हम हमारे भाइयों के ऊपर गोलियां मार रहे हैं। उनको दिमाग में नहीं आया। क्यों? क्योंकि राष्ट्र धर्म पैदा नहीं हुआ। उनके दिमाग में यह नहीं आया कि हमारा राष्ट्र एक है। And that is where Gandhi comes. People scold nowadays, बहुत लोग गांधी को गालियां भी देते हैं. But through ahimsa, he explained in the heart of the people, the police, the military, you are my brothers. Don't shoot on your brothers who are not going to harm you. उसने ऐसी ज्योत जगाई, राष्ट्र धर्म की ज्योत जगाई लोगों के अंदर. And people stopped. People stopped fighting. People stopped shooting at their brothers and sisters. With that, it is so easy to get them away. That is what Gandhi did. He was not foolish. वो गोली मारते हैं तो मत मारना, ऐसा थोड़ा होता है. There is a logic behind it. If you fight with them, if you kill them, they will kill you. You are killing each other. Brothers are getting killed. That is why Gandhi told. कितने दिनों तक तुम मारोगे अपने भाइयों को गोलियां और लाठियों से? एक दिन उनका आत्मगौरव जागेगा. That is Rashtra Dharma. What is Rashtra Dharma? Explanation. So practical application. This is not theory. This is practical application. Rashtra Dharma इसे कहते हैं. Today people don't understand. They think that Gandhi was foolish. ऐसा थोड़ा होता है. राष्ट्र धर्म, responsibility towards the nation. मानव धर्म, कोई कहते हैं मानवता ही श्रेष्ठ है. मानव धर्म, humility. Working for the humans, including animals and all the creation. मानव धर्म, यही धर्म श्रेष्ठ है. So that is dharma. And some higher souls, they say, आत्म कल्याण का धर्म सबसे श्रेष्ठ है. आत्म कल्याण, वर्किंग टुवर्ड्स अटेनिंग द मोक्ष, ये सबसे श्रेष्ठ है, वो धर्म है. सो मेनी डेफिनेशंस ऑफ धर्म, देह से लेके आत्म कल्याण तक का. और देयर आर सो मेनी, बट आई हैव जस्ट लिस्टेड ए फ्यू ऑफ देम. धर्म, तो धर्म क्या है? And there are conflicts also among them. There are conflicts among them. There is a story, एक बार वो well-known story है. There was a sage who was sitting under a banyan tree and trying to do meditation. And then what happens that a cow comes and running away from somewhere and goes on the right side, for example. And then the butcher comes running. एक कसाई पीछे पीछे भाग के हुए आया. एंड द बूचर आस्क्ड, साधु को देखा, पूछा, गाय कौन सी ओर गई है? द काउ हैज गॉन ऑन विच डायरेक्शन? साधु क्या जवाब देना चाहिए? सच बोलना चाहिए, क्योंकि सत्य ही धर्म है. वन ऑफ द डेफिनेशन धर्म ही सत्य है, वो धर्म है. तो सच बोल देना चाहिए कि गाय वो साइड में भाग गई तो गाय मर जाएगी, पकड़ा जाएगी. ही कैन नॉट से. So should he lie? If he lies, then the cow is saved. If he tells truth, then the cow is dying. क्या करना चाहिए? बोलना चाहिए, नहीं बोलना चाहिए? Should he say or should he not? Dharma is difficult. It's not very easy. So about dharma, there are some details which I have brought from various sources. So dharma can be told in two ways. In personal way, it is righteous duty or ethical obligation based on our role as a parent, as a student, as a warrior or a teacher. Depending on our role at that given moment, what is our righteous duty and ethical obligation. The whole 9 yards of Varna Vyavastha is explaining this. In various situations, what is the righteous way? What is righteousness? Some schools of thoughts and faith, righteousness refers to living in a way which aligns with what is considered morally good, like being honest, fair and kind. हमेशा ऑनेस्ट होना चाहिए, फेयर होना चाहिए, राइट होना चाहिए. अहिंसा परमो धर्म. But can we always behave like that? Can we behave in the same way with the invaders? There are three major wars going on in the world today. Three major wars. The world is almost on the brink of nuclear war. So, आपके ऊपर कोई इतने सारे मिसाइल दागे आप चुप रह सकेंगे? अहिंसा परमो धर्म चलेगा? नहीं चलेगा. It will not work. So, what is righteousness? In some schools of thoughts and faith, it means following the commands of God. भगवान ने पुस्तक दे दिया है. God has given the book. But if the book is telling that kill the infidels, तो चलेगा? Can we kill? Should we kill? Who is infidel? And then killing them is like sending them to hell. It is pious work. There are books like that. Can that be considered as a dharma? The problem is that everybody believes in the God, but whose God is correct and true is a question, and that is an issue. Today, these three major wars going on in the world are based only on that. It's based on different ways of worship and viewpoints towards the life. Some says that dharma is reflection of cosmic order, personal morality and social responsibility. Cosmic order is we have to live like a human. Intelligent structure of the universe. And dharma is the human way of living in the cosmic order. In personal morality, a person working in a company, there is a conflict. This is an example. Suppose a person is working in a company. He is a salesperson. He is working in the company. He knows what are the faults in the product. It's not a good product to sell. But the boss is telling, जाओ जाकर बेच के आओ. This product is very good. Explain that it is the best product in the world. So he has to lie. If the customer is asking about it, if customer is asking something about it, do not tell, lie. So should he choose truthfulness, even at a personal cost? Following dharma means what? Now regarding the social responsibilities, it is referring to 5 yama. So what Sanatana Dharma says? Sanatana Dharma says about yama and niyama. This is a very deep subject, but we will have to touch it. We should touch. Otherwise, this shloka will not be given a justice. So social responsibility is referring to 5 yama and niyama. And the purpose is to help cleanse negative tendencies and create harmony and relationship in the society. What are those 5 yama? Ahimsa, non-violence. Satya, truthfulness, being honest and living in alignment with the truth. Steya means stealing. Asteya means non-stealing, not taking what is not yours, respecting others' time, energy and space. Brahmacharya, a most and maximum misunderstood word in today's life. Brahmacharya. Brahmacharya means what? जो लड़की के साथ शादी नहीं बनाता है. जिसने शादी नहीं बनाई, जिसने वुमन के साथ में रिलेशनशिप नहीं रखी, वो ब्रह्मचारी. That's such a संकीर्ण उसे कहते हैं, एकदम घोड़े के जैसा, ऐसा. That is the definition. It is control over the desires and senses, living with discipline and focus. That is brahmacharya. Aparigraha, possessiveness, non-possessiveness. Letting go of the greed, attachment and hoarding. These are 5. Ahimsa, Satya, Asteya, Brahmacharya and Aparigraha. And to do that, there are 5 observances or inner disciplines. That is called as a niyama. Shaucha, purity, cleanliness of body, mind, speech and surrounding. santosh, contentment, accepting life as it is, cultivating gratitude and peace. That is where the prasad comes in picture. Prasade sarva dukkhanam hani rasyopajayate. We have talked about prasad in great detail multiple times. Prasad क्या है? एक छोटा सा केले का टुकड़ा खाने से क्या हमारे सब दुख दूर हो जा सकते हैं क्या? प्रसादे सर्व दुखा नाम हानि रस्योपजायते. हानि, सब दुख और हानि टल जाएगी. क्यों? प्रसाद खाया. एक छोटा सा प्रसाद बादाम का टुकड़ा लिया और हमारा पूरा जिंदगी सुखमय जाएगा. हो सकता है क्या? नहीं हो सकता. What is it? संतोष, contentment, tapas, discipline, willpower, endurance and commitment to spiritual practices. That is tapa. Swadhyay, self-study, studying sacred text and also observing one's own thoughts and actions. This is Swadhyay. And then Ishwara Paridhana, surrender to the divine. So these are the niyamas. 5 niyams and 5 yamas. These are the path explained by Sanatana Dharma to be followed, to be understood, exercised and followed. To be a dharmic. Dharma kya hai? Then there are legal and social factors of the dharma. Acting righteously can also mean upholding justice, following the law, and doing what is benefited to the community. But what will happen if the law itself is incorrect? कंस ने रूल बनाया था. क्या रूल बनाया? जितने भी गांव है, all the villages which produce so much of butter. Butter is representation of resources. Butter physically also, and also it means the resources. The rich resources, useful resources. जितना भी गांवों में से मक्खन निकलेगा वो सब कहाँ जाएगा? कंस के राजमहल में जाएगा. हाँ, गांव के बच्चों को कुछ नहीं मिलेगा. The people who are producing the resources will not get anything. That was the rule. Can we follow the rule? And that is why Krishna, भगवान ने मक्खन चोरी किया, माखन चोरी किया. हम लोग हंसते हैं, माखन की डब्बा भी लेके आते हैं. कन्हैया की जय बुलाते हैं. समझ के जय बुलाएं तो बढ़िया रहेगा. What it means. And that is why there are amendments in the law. And interpretation and executions are varying from person to person. So the question is still there. So what is righteousness? It is action depending on the time, place and person. We can again take the example which we took last time about Shri Krishna. कृष्णा ने अलग अलग लोगों को देखकर उसके हिसाब से कृष्णा ने एक्शन ली है. कालियानाग, he didn't kill Kalinag. He just told him to run away. You go away from our place, you go away from Yamuna and you live your life. But don't disturb here. Kalinag. He didn't kill Kalinag. Kans, he met only once. And he killed him the very moment when he met him. Shishupal gave him 100 abuses. 100 गालियां देंगे, उसके बाद में ही मैं तुझे मारूंगा. 100 गालियां दे दी, सबके सामने उसका सिर काट दिया. He beheaded Shishupal in front of all the courtiers after 100 abuses. भाग गए. मुचकुंद ऋषि के द्वारा उसने मरवाया. So Krishna did various actions towards various enemies in different way. That is righteousness. Krishna, इसलिए कृष्णम वंदे जगद्गुरुम. Why Krishna वंदे जगद्गुरुम? That is what is righteousness. Now we will go with the glani, dharma glani. If we know about this dharma, a little bit of understanding, then glani means decline. Dharma glani, yada yadai dharmasya glanir bhavati bharata. So his glani is adharma. धर्म में जो ग्लानि है उसका मतलब अधर्म है. धर्म की ग्लानि मतलब क्या? And we took the example last time about Draupadi Vastraharan. Dharma mein glani. So when people do not do their dharma, they do not execute their duties, may it be personal, social, as a human, anything. If they do not execute it correctly, then there is a glani. Because of one or the other reason, there is a decline in dharma. That is dharma glani. So how the dharma glani happens? Why the degradation happens? Yeah, लोग पूछते हैं आपका सनातन धर्म इतना बढ़िया है तो इतना नीचे कैसे गया? सोना तो सोना ही रहता है. Good things are always good. 300 horse riders comes with the sword and they loot Somnath so many times. What did your Sanatan Dharma do for that? So why there is a degradation? Dharma mein glani kyun aati hai? The causes of degradation. Number one is logic. The loss of logic in the dharma. धर्म के अंदर का तर्क चला जाएगा तो धर्म में ग्लानि आ जाएगी. धर्म के अंदर का तर्क चला जाता है. लॉजिक गोज. What happens because of that? This causes the new generation to stop believing. नया जनरेशन उसको फॉलो नहीं करेगा. ये क्यों करना? हमारे दिमाग में क्लियर नहीं है. हमारे दिमाग में क्लियर नहीं है. लॉस ऑफ लॉजिक. Another thing is new methods are created. New methods are created by the people. So either people follow by karmakand, diya salai se diya jalana ya lighter se diya jalana. At that time there was no lighter. Now you have to light an earthen lamp in front of the god. Diya salai se jalana with matchstick. Once upon a time there were no matchstick also. लाइटर से जलाना. Change in technology, change in situations, new methods are coming up. So if we do not follow the new methods, if we do not absorb the progressive idealism, then it will become a karmakand. वो कर्मकांड हो जाएगा. It will become a karmakand. Actions without understanding is karmakand. Then science and technology and immigration, that changes. Excellent example is wearing a dhoti. मंदिर में जाएंगे, पंडित जी है, धोती पहननी चाहिए. In Toronto, even if it is minus 25 degrees centigrade, pandit ji must be dhoti. Dhoti means pandit, pandit means dhoti. We cannot imagine a pandit with a jeans and t-shirt. We cannot imagine him using the latest technology. We cannot imagine. Why? In our mind, sadhu, हमारे दिमाग में साधु, सन्यासी. सन्यासी का डेफिनेशन यही दिमाग में आता है. हुई सन्यासी, बड़े लंबे बाल हैं, सफ़ेद हो गए, दाढ़ी बढ़ाई है, शादी नहीं की है तो छोड़ दी है वाइफ को, बच्चों को. वो सन्यासी. टेक्नोलॉजी, science and technology, immigration. If you are in Toronto, in winter you wear other clothes. It doesn't change you. Another is misinterpretation of messages. Misinterpretation of messages. Letters are dead. Simple example, we always take that example. How the letters are dead. कोई भी चीज को लिखेंगे, वो letters dead हो जाते हैं. How? There was a school. In that school, it was a ground level school. So the kids used to throw the garbage when they are sitting in the class. There are windows for the class, so they throw the garbage outside. So the principal was unhappy. oh, there is all the garbage coming out and all that. So principal wrote a note, do not throw the waste out of the window. बच्चों को बोला विंडो के बाहर कचरा नहीं फेंकना है. But he has written it, do not throw the waste out of the window. Oh, how it can be interpreted? It may mean that do not throw the waste out of window, you can throw the waste out of the door. Or you can throw something other than the waste out of the window. Or you can put the waste out of the window, not just do not throw the waste out of the window. In other words, letters are dead. Once we write, the meaning is gone. And who other than the lawyers will be happy to learn this? Because this is their roji roti. Uska bread and butter isi mein se hota hai. How to interpret one sentence in multiple ways and get the advantage out of it. So letters are dead. So if we follow only the letters, we do not have the progressive idealism in our mind, the understanding. And that is why in old Sanatan time, there was recitation. Recite करके याद रखना है. I go to many people place. I ask them and they proudly show me, oh, we also have Shrimad Bhagwat Gita in our home. हमारे घर पर भी भगवत गीता है. So I ask them, please bring it. And they bring to me a nice Bhagwat Gita. Very nice cover, beautiful, brand new. What does it indicate? It indicates that they are not reading it. कभी खोला ही नहीं है. जो पुस्तक को रोज खोलेंगे वो फटा छुटा रहना चाहिए. It will not look new. ये तो नया पुस्तक है, पढ़ते ही नहीं है. Letters are dead. So recite. That is why Shrimad Bhagwat Gita should be recited. So this is the reason for dharma glani. Another reason is inactiveness and not alertness of the people. How does it impact? This is the biggest issue. अच्छे लोग जो होते हैं वो inactive हो जाते हैं. Good people are good and hence they do not argue. Who is a good person who do not argue? अच्छा बच्चा कौन है जो आर्ग्यूमेंट नहीं करता है? अच्छा बच्चा कौन है जो पूछता नहीं है? मंदिर जाएंगे, हाथ जोड़ो, हाथ जोड़ेगा. पैर पड़ो, पैर पड़ जाएगा. क्यों पढ़ना? क्यों मूर्ति में यह है? पूछेगा नहीं, आर्ग्यूमेंट नहीं करेगा, क्वेश्चंस नहीं करेगा, इंक्विजिटिव नहीं होगा. वो अच्छा बच्चा है. दैट इज द इंप्रेशन वी इनबिल्ड. हम लोग वो बच्चे में इनबिल्ड कर देते हैं. द बेस्ट बॉय इज होम, जो पूछता नहीं. सो व्हेन वी ग्रो, हु इज अ गुड एम्प्लॉई? हु फॉलोज द बॉस's इंस्ट्रक्शन. डू नॉट आस्क. पूछेगा नहीं ये क्यों, वो क्यों. सेठ ने बोला यस सर. The person who says yes sir is a good boy. If we develop a society like that, that is what Lord Macaulay wrote to the Queen of England, that now I have done the education system, I have altered the education system in such a way that the people who will be generated in the next generation will be, by their color they will be brown, they will be Indian by color, but their heart will be European. वो पूछेगा नहीं, वो बाबू बन जाएगा. And we are still under that impact. Good people share and do not fight. Atithi devo bhava. Such a wrong concept put into the mind. कोई भी आएगा चलेगा. Invaders भी आ गए. Invader आके पूछता है मुझे तेरी बीबी की शक्ल देखनी है, अलाउद्दीन खिलजी. उसको भी दिखा देंगे. Let your wife come and see my wife. Inactiveness. अच्छे लोग झगड़ते नहीं हैं. Good people share. So when we follow this kind of thinking, ग्लानि आ जाएगी. Loss of ownership, another bad impact. Loss of ownership. बहुत अच्छे लोग होते हैं, उसमें ownership नहीं होती. भगवान जी आएंगे, भगवान जी आएंगे, भजन गाएंगे. Faith in higher power to correct when it will come. भगवान आएंगे और सब ठीक कर देंगे. आप क्या करेंगे? हम भजन गाएंगे. भजन गाना गलत नहीं है, आई एम नॉट अगेंस्ट इट, बट एक्शन स्टॉप्स इज ए बैड थिंग. दैट इज वाई कि पूरी गीता कहने के बाद में भी भगवान कृष्ण ने यही कहा, मैंने तुझे समझाया है, अभी यथा योग्यम तथा कुरु. तुझे जो सही लगता है वो तू करना पड़ेगा, करना तो तू ही पड़ेगा. भगवान नहीं करेंगे, वो सारथी बनेंगे, वो शस्त्र नहीं उठाएंगे. एंड दिस क्रिएट्स अनप्रिपेयर्डनेस टू रेजिस्ट ड्यू टू द एजम्पशन. And all this is causing the glani in the dharma. It's already the time. Next time when we come, we'll talk about adharma. What is the difference between adharma and paap? अधर्मा और पाप के बीच में क्या फर्क है? पाप क्या होता है, अधर्म क्या होता है? अधर्म बढ़ जाता है जब भगवान आते हैं, पाप बढ़ते हैं तो भगवान नहीं आते. भगवान पापियों के लिए कर्म का सिद्धांत रखा है. अधर्म बढ़ेगा तो भगवान को आना पड़ेगा. सो व्हेन वी कम नेक्स्ट टाइम, we'll talk about the word adharma and abhyutthanam dharmasya tadatmanam sujama. We will go forward from that. Till then, I wish everyone a happy week forward. It's a summer. Enjoy your time, enjoy sunny days, and take care of yourself. We meet again next Wednesday, 6 to 6:45. Vasudeva Sutam Devam Kansachanuramardanam Devaki Paramanandam Krishnam Vande Jagat Gurum. Guru Brahma, Guru Vishnu, Guru Devo Maheshwara, Guru Sakshat Para Brahma, Tasmai Sri Guruve Namah.